Mother's Funeral, the show, is about a woman whose mum dies and she can't afford to claim her body, and then she ends up making a show about the fact she can't afford to pay for a funeral for her mum in order to pay for a funeral for her mum. So it becomes a play within a play, but also analyses sort of who has the right to grieve and the cost of grief and the cost of death. It analyses the class divide that exists as much in death as it does in life, and it also looks at the appropriation of working class stories and how we're attracted when it comes to telling a working class story, that it being kind of told through a certain lens and kind of focusing on certain things.
I think the whole play really is about choice, and it's about the choice to be an artist and to make the work you want to make.
I think what Kelly does in this play is she brings it to life through a set of really relatable, gorgeous, funny characters, a hugely playful kind of story that plays an audience, that brings an audience in a really active way. It's not that you sit and you grieve, it's more in analysing, I suppose, death and that process of grieving through the story of Abigail, as opposed to it being about the realities of losing a parent.
I hope it opens a bigger conversation about death and about the deaf industry and why it is so inaccessibly expensive for people to organise and have a funeral for their loved ones, but also like really interrogate the shame around having to have a council burial and what that process is.
So of course, if you're someone who doesn't feel comfortable talking about those things, I can understand that you might go, oh, do I want to sit in a room and being confronted about these things that, you know, typically we don't really like to talk about. But I'd say that what they do is they really unearth those topics, but in a very gentle and safe way. And I think that comes from the warmth in Kelly's writing and the characters and the story that she tells.
So I think you should come and see My Mother's Funeral, the show, because yes, it is about death, but it's also really, really funny, and it's told in a really interesting way, and I think it will make you think about the stories that you want to watch.